Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel Robotics for Juniors. Here I am Shweta with another tutorial for you today. In this video, we'll learn about the basics of breadboard. Breadboard is a device used by educational institutions and by experimenters to do prototyping of the circuits. That is, they do projects and experiments on breadboards because we can make temporary circuits on the breadboard. It does not need soldering to put the components together in a circuit. This is a breadboard. It has many plastic sockets for the connection of wires and hardware components like LED, resistance, capacitance, and all. But under the top plastic sheet are the electrical stripes which connect the sockets together. It can be used to make simple circuits or even the more complicated ones. So, this is the way we put the components in the breadboard. Gently push the terminals of the component in the socket. The greatest advantage of a breadboard is that the positions of the hardware components can be changed again. If we solder the components, we cannot change their positions easily. Soldering is just like gluing the components together using molten metal instead of glue. But here we can change the position of the component easily like this. Below the plastic sheet of the breadboard are the electrical stripes which provide the connection to the components put on the breadboard. The connections of the sockets are in this way. These sockets in each row are interconnected. So these sockets are connected to each other, but this set of sockets is not connected with this set. If we need to connect the components together in an electrical circuit, we should connect them like this. These components will be connected to each other in the circuit now. So if we look closely, one end of each component is connected in one line. Wherever one end of one component is there, in that particular line, the other component starts. So they will be connected together. In resistance, it is symmetric. We can take any end to connect, but in LED, it has positive and negative ends. So we have to follow according to the circuit. The longer terminal is positive and the smaller one is negative terminal. This is the wrong way to put the component in the breadboard. When positive power supply will be given, this component will be damaged because a very high current will flow through it. This is because the positive and negative terminals of the component are connected together. In this situation, the component is said to be in the short circuit position. These two sections on the side of the breadboard are called the bus stripes. The sockets in these sections are connected to each other in this way, that is through the column. These are used generally for ground and positive power supply. These bus stripes provide an easy way to provide the common ground and common positive power supply to the components in the circuit. So if our circuit has more than one LED that needs to be all connected to ground, then they'll be connected in this way. We connect the negative terminals of the LEDs to the sockets in this line. Since this line is connected like this, the negative terminals are all connected together now. So we connect one wire here and connect it to the ground. So all the LEDs are provided with common ground. The center gap is for the purpose of connecting hardware components like buttons or ICs connected in complicated circuits. So their terminals are not connected to each other but to their own rows. So if this gap was not there, it was not possible to connect these components like this. This is the wrong way of connecting them. If we connect these components like this, then these two legs will be in same line and will be connected electrically to each other and can damage the component. These breadboards come in different shapes and sizes. They can also be stuck to your project by removing the adhesive back paper. Look at these pictures which tell you the correct and incorrect ways to do connections on the breadboard. So that's about it for this tutorial. Please give us the feedback by liking or commenting on the video. Subscribe to my channel Robotics for Juniors for more tutorials and projects in robotics.